Tonight's meeting for February 12th, regular council meeting, please rise. Before we do the Pledge of Allegiance, I'd like to have a moment of silence. We lost one of our council members, Lyle Ballard, this weekend, and he's going to be missed. Okay, now for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. I'm gonna take the roll.
Clark?
Here.
Conan?
Here.
Adair? Here. Sluds?
Here.
Pelkey?
Here.
So, you've had a chance to look at the agenda.
We need to remove A, because A is actually F on the agenda. I put it on twice.
So,
Yeah, under new business.
we're
So
removing
category
A
B-
under new
Yeah,
business.
category B
Oh,
project
yeah.
engineering is also to accept the resign.
Did you have something you wanted to remove, Ross?
Yes, I'd asked to remove,
Independent contractor
where is
policy.
it?
D.
Yeah, item D. I think independent contractor policy. Jeff was good enough to give me some information, just have not had a chance to get to it.
Also, Ann gave updated treasurer's report, correct? So that will be under administrative.
Okay, with those changes, can I have a motion on the agenda?
Mr. President, I'll move to approve the agenda as amended.
Support.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion's approved. Are there any citizen comments tonight? Okay, moving on. No presentations. Administrative reports. Who'd like to start? Joe?
Actually, I'm gonna do it last, because I'll do the police action report, and then Chief is in the audience, and he has some things that he wants to express himself.
Okay, I was gonna move the chief down to the last thing of the evening
Evening.
so he could just stay here longer, but I guess I'll do what you like, Joe.
Okay.
So who would like to go next? Go ahead, Ross.
So, just want to let council know that I have submitted for the TMF grant in the amount of $61,000 and change. Again, that is to help us with identifying potential lead and galvanized service lines in the village. I'm cautiously optimistic. I mean, we may be at the end of the list, but I think we'll get it. It's a modest amount considering other communities. Reason we might not get it is our median annual household income is actually pretty high in the village, and that always tends to get us, but there may not be a significant number of other grant applications, and so knocking on Formica here or whatever it is, I think we'll get it. There is a ZBA appeal scheduled for the 29th of February. We had talked at a previous budget meeting about the need to update our engineering specifications for water and sewer. I had asked Roe to provide a quote for that, just to get an idea of what the cost was. I also had asked F&V. Roe's quote is about half the amount, which I'm happy to say. The water component specifically was mentioned by Eagle as being outdated back in 2019, so this is something that we need to get updated.
That's the study that we were talking about? in the
No,
budget
this
meeting?
is a engineering specifications. Should we have any more development in the village, we would pass that to them, and a developer would know to what specifications to build a water line or a sewer line. Just very quickly, we did ask about streets, Chris. They said that that's really covered under other type of engineering documentation, but storm sewer containment vessels would also be in this. So we'll probably bring that to the next meeting, and because I'd like to move forward on it, needs to get done. I did attend a SEMCOG 101 event on 7 February. The village and the township were invited. Township was unable to attend. I would just say that you know, there's a ton of opportunities with SEMCOG, and it only requires us to be interested and engaged. A couple interesting ones are they will help, not just oversee, but they will help do park and rec master plans. They can advise on water resources, quality and infrastructure, and something that's interesting, they also advise communities on infrastructure coordination, which is something we're going through right now. So it might be worth talking to those guys and seeing what they can provide. I've dealt with them a couple times. I find that they're willing to come out, talk to you, and spend time, which is valuable to us. Next item is, last item is that I'm starting to work with Detroit Edison on reduction of our electrical bills. I think I told everybody at the budget meeting before this that we pay about $1,400 a month in electrical bills for our water facilities alone. It's a lot of money, and we're going to try to take advantage of off-peak hours to reduce the rate. If we can save a few $100s every month, then we wind up with real money, and we could plow it back into.
But that means like you would be putting water in the tower in the evening instead of the daytime?
We would operate the well houses and do our pumpage during the early morning hours, and most
everything doesn't go through the tower or anything. I mean, you got to pump to the lines as people use it.
Well, actually, the tower is what pressurizes the system, so as the tower drains down, that pushes water through the distribution system into people's houses. So it's pumping to get it in there, and usually nobody's really using it. Maybe. Yeah, between, say 11 o'clock at night and 6 o'clock in the morning, there's limited use, and so if we get the tower filled, then it drains down. We don't need any power to do that. So we're going to try to take advantage of it and save us some money. That's all I got.
Okay, good job. Steve?
Yeah, everybody's got the F&B report in their packet. A couple of things of note. Last month when we had some really cold weather, we had a unit heater problem in the pipe gallery, which got fixed. Faulty thermostat. And in the grit room, the ventilation fan went out. We had to put a new motor on that. But other than that, things are moving right along.
Okay. Nothing from this?
No,
Anything more? Okay. You got anything, Chris?
Just to add, the capital improvement plan was passed out. And was that distributed to everyone
Yes.
in the shop?
Sorry,
Okay.
I didn't
No,
mean
it's
to
okay.
answer for you, Ann.
Yes.
She did it.
They didn't get it
That's-
until today though, because I didn't see your email until this morning.
Okay.
So,
No worries. So give everyone a chance to go through review, and we'll review it at the next meeting then.
Okay, that's good. That's great. I got a couple of questions.
Okay.
Okay.
And Paul will be, Omira from Roe will be here to review and answer any
Are
questions.
you gonna make a motion on that, or is that just going to be a discussion item?
Just discussion.
Okay.
You good? Joe?
Okay. On the police action report for January 2024, we had traffic tickets issued 10. The assist the Armada Township Fire Department inside the village 7. Assist other agencies 4, Macomb County Sheriff and Armada Township. Suspicious situations, we had 1 incident. Civil dispute, 1. Domestic disturbance, 1. A lockout, 2. We had juvenile related related incidents, 1. Miscellaneous calls for service, 8. We had 1 lost and found property. And we had a motor vehicle accident, 1. As of December 31st, 2023, miles on patrol car 431, we have 96,983. On car 432, the F-150, we have 33,946 miles. On 433, the unmarked Dodge, we have 63,055 miles.
Hang on, Chief, is that supposed to be as of January 31st, not December?
I'm sorry, yes, it was. I was,
Okay,
yeah,
all
I
right.
just used the blank form and I didn't change it.
Okay, that's fine.
Sorry, Michelle.
You know how much I,
So,
worry about
January
this.
31st, 2024, not 2023. That's what was told to me was the 2023.
Oh, 2024,
Okay.
there, see,
okay.
wow, Rich.
Yeah.
Okay. I just used the form and I just changed it.
I know, I do that.
Okay, and at this point, Chief wants to talk about the cars that we've had issues with
Yeah,
trying to get. So,
First thing, the MCOLS is required, part of the report was MCOLS requires that all the officers have to attend an 8-hour active shooter training. So 6 of us went in December, 3 more went 1st of February, so I think I have about 3 officers left, so that's required. I have to pay the salary, but MCOLS provides the training for free, there's no charge. I also talked, I think the last time I was here, that we ordered a hybrid Explorer in October of '22 for the '23 budget year. Never heard a word about it. Well, last week I heard something and says you're not gonna get it in the '24 year because there's some supplier problems, so we'll give it to you in '25 at '22 prices. So,
Nice.
so I just said, okay, we'll take it, and, we don't have to take it, but, it'll be the 25 at the 22 price. So, I didn't want to get the gas model, I think the hybrid will work out real well, so, and we're not in a real hurry, we can still, we've got 96,000 miles on the Explorer, it's running fine, we can get 40,000 miles out of that, so. And plus, I've talked about was the changeover cost, it's a $20,000 changeover
Yeah.
cost, so we may as well just run this thing as long as we can.
yeah,
So when would you be taking delivery? If it's a
It's gonna be probably in the,
25,
yeah, in a
Most likely
25 budget
20.
year. And when we talked about it, I was gonna order the car in the 25 budget year,
25, 26.
25, 26, and I guess Ford did it for us.
So, but normally in 25, you'd be getting that like in 24, even though they call it a 25. So is that gonna fall into
I
the
think-
24,
I think the
25 year?
They said it's not going to be with the 24 miles. I don't work for the auto companies, but I don't think they start making the 25 models till December.
Well, it used to be, they were coming out in September,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
newest
Okay.
model.
They come out way before the year.
Yeah.
can we
So,
set our
They're
delivery
launching all
date?
the time.
huh?
Can we set our delivery date or our,
Yeah, we could probably just say, okay. I can
Are we
call-
that tied to Ford on this? Have they looked at it, only?
Well, the only other car is a Tahoe.
Yeah.
The Tahoes are a little bigger. We're probably gonna spend more money on
Oh,
the Tahoe.
yeah. Way more in terms of gas and everything.
Right.
Yeah, I don't think Tahoe, I can look into it, but I don't think Tahoe has the hybrid, which I might be wrong, but I
This
think
is
that-
where it's electric and, the
Yeah, what-
hybrid's electric and gas?
it switches off, right?
Yeah.
There's no plug-in, it's just,
It generates itself.
it generates itself, and at slow speeds, which we do in the village here, I think the hybrid will work out real well.
well, the negative part of taking the Tahoe is we don't get 22 prices on
Right,
Tahoe.
Yeah.
take what they're giving us, the best deal on.
Yeah.
So if we can
So
set a date,
I could say, we're not in a big hurry. There was an email to talk to, I could email this woman at Ford, Police Car Relations. I could talk to her and say, hey, we're not in a hurry till, the 25 budget year to get the car.
Right,
So
so
You know, we'll work with you.
Yeah, all right.
It's
Okay.
22 prices, so.
Yeah,
Okay,
That's good.
so I actually have a report from the code enforcer, which is Tom Urban. So he says he investigated a house with fire on Floral, talked to the owner. He was told to get the cars moved and the yard cleaned up. The owner came into the office to say he's tearing the house down and selling the lot to the neighbor. So there's no other issues with that. Nothing.
That's the one that burnt last summer.
Yes,
Yeah.
and you see the one on Spencer's already, it's
Yeah.
It's
down.
gone, yeah.
A big hole in the neighborhood,
She's gonna rebuild them.
is she?
Yeah.
Okay, nothing new at the end of the month.
No, okay, let's go back that one's still there, the one on.
No, it's gone.
When did they take it
This
out?
week.
Last week.
Last week?
Last week.
Yeah.
When I was on
You weren't
vacation.
here.
Yeah, you're all
Yeah, you were on
in the sun,
vacation.
so
Say,
we're
get
working
something
here.
done then.
Yeah.
There's, he talked to an owner, the cement mixer was moved, usually had with things in the yard, the cement mixer was moved, flatbed was moved, 2 cars have been, plated legitimately, he's still trying to sell it to the neighbor. No demo permits are issued yet, and nothing else is new, other than he checked around town, all grass is good at this time of year, there's no new cars on the grass or in the yards. He talked to the owner with the carport on Main, advised him to reapply to the ZBA as the letter suggested. Snow issues, there were very few spots, but weather corrected it before the timeline expired. So,
I like you giving that code enforcer.
yeah, you don't get one every month. But,
We need to get one from.
Oh, we get one every month.
do we?
Yep,
Yeah,
yep,
Okay. That's it with that.
yep.
okay. So, moving on. So, can we have a motion on the consent agenda?
Yeah, I'd make a motion to accept the consent agenda as presented.
Support.
Motion by Delphi, supported by Clark. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion's approved. No old business, moving on to new business. Category A has been crossed off, so B, setting the public hearing.
So this is just the public hearing that we have to set for the PA 33. I'm asking you guys to do it the week before we have the budget public hearing, so the first meeting in March. Have to do it every year.
Okay, it's on the PA 33 money, so can we have a motion on that? You got a question?
No, I was gonna say, Joe, go for it.
Oh, okay. I would move to set the public hearing.
No?
Oh, I'm not there yet. Oh,
All right, somebody was there. Who's there?
yeah, whoever's there, jump right in.
Resolved to adopt
Adopt the
the
resolution, go ahead.
resolution calling annual public hearing on special assessment roll for Armada Village Police Special Assessment District on March 11th, 2024 at 7 p.m.
Support.
Motion by Clark, supported by Belkey. All in favor? All in favor of the motion?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion's approved. Okay, I think this one's yours. Michelle, item C.
I was there, I passed it.
Okay, so this is, most of your agenda is this. So, insurance company, our property pool and liability insurance, came out and appraised all of the village property back in, I think, September, back in the fall. As you can see, everything, of course, went up substantially. We, I mean, some dropped off, some increased, some decreased, not many, but I don't think that we've had an appraisal in probably 10 years. It's been a while. I think we were due for one around the time COVID hit, and they're just catching up. So they contacted me and said they needed to do this, so they sent, the company out to do it. The only thing that Ross has asked me to let them know is that they did say that there were no alarms in the water
Facility.
facilities, and there are, so I'll make sure that they know that. But other than that, I just need a motion for it to accept it because we can't move on with what our costs are gonna be next year until this is worked into the quote.
I don't know how we could reassess the, you know,
Now, who paid for this?
They did, insurance
Okay.
company. Yeah, if we wanted to, if we don't like their numbers, we do have the right to go out and get our own appraiser, but you're gonna pay for it,
Yeah,
so.
okay.
but I take it also we're gonna get a big insurance bill on
I
this.
imagine they're going to go up because, yes, the properties were appraised higher, but usually the way the insurance company works, correct me if I'm wrong, Jeff, is it's like, 4 million to 6 million, or, you know what I mean? It's not based,
It's a
is that
range,
right?
not a-
It's a
Well,
range, right?
Yeah, it's a pool, so
Yeah,
we're grouped in with a lot of us. So, our property may go up this much, another community may be the same. So although it seems like there's a direct correlation, and they will go up, there's
Yeah,
no doubt
for
they
sure.
will. But it's not a dollar for dollar just because our property values went up.
What-
Yes, premiums will go up, but this is also really good information that if we do have a casualty
Mhm.
loss,
Yeah.
you're gonna get a higher
Yep. Than what we
replacement value
Yes.
or whatever formula they use to decide what it's worth. So there is a silver lining.
yeah.
You could see some of these things were grossly
Grossly
undervalued.
undervalued.
And that
yeah.
could have been a problem if we ever had to replace it.
Right,
Absolutely.
so,
I would make a motion then to accept the appraised values from CBIZ Valuation Group of Village Property as presented with the understanding that these new appraisals will raise the insurance premiums.
Support.
was that you, Chris?
Yes.
So,
You and Steve sound alike right now.
okay, so,
No, we don't need a roll.
No, but do we?
all in favor of the motion?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion's approved.
If we were approving the amount.
Now we,
Yeah. Alright, we pulled
Independent
that,
contractors
we pulled
pull.
that
I don't know,
for the next
I'm
meeting.
back on, still on this, on these appraisals. Should we be giving Dave a copy of this, so he got an idea of the different, buildings as well as?
Dave Wagner, Dave is
Yeah.
actually who took them to all the buildings.
Okay.
Yeah, I had, last time we did it, Ed did it, so I had Dave do it.
What's the
Make sure he
purpose of
has
have
a-
the
He
information?
can,
Yeah, it has a copy,
absolutely,
though.
yeah, he can absolutely have it. I have many, if you guys don't wanna keep yours, give me one of yours.
I
Yeah.
might give mine down at the sewer plant,
Okay.
just so they have an idea.
Yeah, just,
Well, and that's the other thing too, they did go up because we had all that sewer work done, all
Yeah,
the sewer plant
right.
work done, so that did increase,
Right,
for sure, so.
okay. Thank you.
so now we need to set a public hearing date to approve the budget. So,
Mr. President, I'd like to resolve to set the public hearing date for approval of the 2024-2025 fiscal year budget for March 25th, 2024 at 7 PM.
Support.
motion by Clark, supported by Slits. All in favor of the motion? Aye. Opposed, motion's approved. Okay, item F, to accept revised design engineering services. Whose is, this is Chris Sledge.
It is. And Ann, you're correct, I need to change that dollar value. So this is a follow-up. We've got the award, accepted the award. And now the first phases of the planning and getting it, just like we did with Lathrop Street and that, now it's all the engineering and documentation for it. And yes, the dollar value is the lower of two. So the.
Chris, can I just
Yeah.
suggest another thing? On the motion that's suggested, when we say to accept the proposal, could we say for design engineering services? Just because if you ever look back at the minutes, you'll never know what the proposal was for. So if
Yep.
somebody could add that, just so we know what the proposal is for.
And what's the amount now?
$55,100.
So Chris, we had originally approved and correct me if I'm wrong, approved a design engineering from road, but that included the water and sewer, right?
Correct.
So this is revised to not have that?
Correct.
Okay, all right, I just want to make that clear.
This is a.
And this is for both First
Yes.
For the.
Yes.
and Simons?
Correct.
Yep,
Okay, that should be a roll on this, shouldn't it?
he's got to make the motion.
So, Mr. President, make a motion to accept the proposal from Road Professional Services Company for design engineering services in the amount of $55,100 and to permit the street administrator to sign on behalf of the village.
Support.
This one we need roll.
Okay, motion by Sled, supported by Clark. There'll be a roll call.
Sledds,
Yes.
Clark,
Yes.
Conan,
Yes.
Adair,
Yes.
Delkey,
Yes.
Okay, motion's approved. So, do we have any upcoming agenda items?
you want to bring the CIP back first? The CIP?
Yep, CIP plan, yeah, CIP report. Capital Improvement Plan.
I'll bring back the engineering specifications issue that I talked about and independent contractor policy. We don't know what we're gonna do with that yet, but I'll bring it back so we can talk about it.
Okay. That cover you guys? Are there any citizen comments? Council comments? Well, I do have one here. I meant to bring it up under administrative reports and I didn't, but Councilman Shaw was unable to be here tonight, but he did apply for a grant for the park for a playscape, and we did receive a grant. And what was that for?
$12,500.
$12,500 from the Four Corner.
Yes,
For county.
Yeah,
Four
Four
County.
County, not Four Corner. That's the rest.
I knew
of
what
it.
you meant.
Yeah, Four County. So that's good.
It's for a playscape in the park.
It's for. Okay.
And our goal is to have that in by October.
Yeah, there. Okay, so
That's it.
there's any community events. Of course, we just had the winter
Icebreaker.
icebreaker.
Yeah, the inclement weather kind of put that off a bit. The sculptures were starting to sag a little bit, and then the wind picked up and it was so cold. So
Yeah.
cold. Other than that, people were coming out. It was kind of a nice little festival. It wasn't as large as what they had hoped, but
Hopefully it was more successful this year than it was last year.
no, actually, it was nice. It was bigger last year than it
Oh,
was
you think so?
this year. Yeah,
Okay.
but I think there was only just the one sculpture guy there.
Yeah.
So, but he was very good, showing everybody how he's doing it and the tools he used and how quickly he could make them. But yeah, it was fun, but cold.
Okay. So no community events right now that we know of. There's no closed session, so I guess I would entertain a motion.
I would move to close the meeting at 7:30, I don't know,
Motion by
maybe.
Adair.
Support.
Support. Took him a minute, now we're at 7:30,
We had to
for
do
the
it seven.
support.
Yeah.
Support by Sledge. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion's approved.